Hey everybody, welcome to Valiant Soil. We'll be starting here in about 6 minutes, but I just wanted to give a big thank you to all the people who have backed the Kickstarter so far. We hit 1 million, everybody. It's Kobold Press's first $1 million Kickstarter. We are super excited to bring more to everybody. And what can I say? If you missed Kobold Chats this afternoon, it'll be up over on YouTube this Friday at noon. But tonight, oh yes, tonight, we are here for episode 2 of Valiant Soil. So get your popcorn, grab a drink, settle in, and get ready to roll some dice, because I have more stuff for you to do during this show. See you in 5. We just had a request from the audience. Couple skate only. Couple skate only. Can I please have Dan and Kate to the floor for a duo skate? I hope you're enjoying your time here at Kobold Ring.
All legends have a beginning. A call that must be answered. A tale that must be told. But true heroes are forged from bold beginnings. Those who yearn for adventure must be prepared for the danger that lies ahead. The trials will be many, the likes of which will test limits.
Here they come!
Focus on the troll.
It's a bullet! Prepare for battle!
But remember that your truest weapon isn't swords or sorcery, but your friends, your allies, your party.
I'm not doing so great.
I've got you!
I'll distract it.
Trust in each other, and you shall surely prevail. For the greatest of tales are those that you write together.
Be brave, my friend.
Answer the call of the valiant. Raise your banner, and take your place among legends. Back the Kickstarter today, and become one of the Valiant.
is up, everybody? Welcome to Tales of the Valiant Soil Episode 2, Sinking Feeling. I'm super excited to have everybody here today, and we nerded out a little bit before the show, realizing that we all own something within arm's reach, and that is true nerd culture. So I think in honor of our $1 million Kickstarter, that it went well, I'm going to take us right over to the 5cam. And I'm going to get us all ready for something special. So thank you everybody who's joining us tonight. Are you all ready in the background for 5cam fun? Yeah, all right. Let's go to the 5cam fun. 5cam. So, hi everybody. We're all nerds. Before we start the show, we decided, we should give a salute tonight. Right? Right. Mm-hmm. So, all of us realize we own a sword, and it's all within literally arm's reach of all of us. We are all super nerds. So welcome to Tales of the Valiant. We're excited for the show, and let's get this started as we had to nerd out a little bit on all of our stuff. I'll keep us on this full cam for a minute because we are in a dire situation. Last episode, we split the party, as good adventurers do. And they did it for good reasons in an investigative way. Gata went to the fields with the Slather farmer, and he is showing her the ropes of how it works, what's going on. Took her into the second field through some trees to these stanchions that have mud-like creatures on them. When the rain stopped and everything started to slowly dry, they came to life, and one has reached out to touch Gata. And I unfortunately did not win initiative with a 16, and she won with an 18. Meanwhile, the other 3 players of the group are in the top of the windmill. They just opened a box made of soil by pouring water on it and found a little cube inside. And once per long rest, up to 4 people touching it can be granted a luck for the day. What we did not say on air is what I'm going to explain right now as we go over to open the show with a decision of Gata if she's gonna stay or go, as the song says. So, everybody, I hope you guys are ready for this. Oh, Gata, are you ready? You won an initiative. The Slather farmer is with you. He is frozen and his face is streaming in tears right now.
Oh, no.
He's not looking at your situation. He's kind of like wiping his face, like, I don't know what's going on right now. As he's kind of wiping his face, as this creature's reaching out to touch you. And it's like dry and cracked like topsoil in a desert.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Is it like harming me? Do I feel like I should get out of here? Like,
not yet.
Okay.
Its intent is definitely to make physical contact.
Okay, I would like to step away from it.
Okay.
Backwards roll, please.
Okay, well, you go first, so I can't actually stop you, and I can't make attack opportunity, and I'm stuck on a stanchion.
Okay.
So you back up how far?
I'd say like probably 10 feet. Like pretty, like just do like a jump back, like whoa.
So the area that he tilled is still there. I will slide this up so people can kind of see a little bit of it at the top of the screen. As he is stepped back, he's in the ditch that he's kind of tilled out. His till is next to the fire on the one side. You can kind of see it there. And then around the corner from him, or from you, in this space, there is another one of those creatures on a stanchion, but it's not moving. So you back up, you have your actions. We are in initiative, so you used your move. Obviously have a reaction bonus and your action left. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Can I pick up a handful of mud?
Sure.
And just like, okay, I would like to pick up a handful of mud and ready in action.
Okay, and you're ready your action. It is pulling on the stanchion trying to get loose, and it's slowly like sliding down off of the pole, and its feet hit the ground. What it does, it absorbs any water that was left.
Okay.
It only stumbles 5 foot towards you.
Okay, cool.
But it does not do anything else. Meanwhile, back with the rest of the group. I'm going to bring this up over with all 3 in the tower. Oops, wrong one. One more cam. With all of us in the tower, not tower, the windmill. You've got this cube, and you hear yelling and some screaming in the field, it sounds like. And then whatever goddess says in the background. The yelling and screaming was the creature, and the slather farmer going, I don't know why I'm so sad right now. As he's like trying to wipe it away as he's sucking back tears. What would the three of you like to do? Looking out the window, you're about 2 acres from them. The rain has stopped. It's still muddy out. What would you like to do?
Yes, Untha, just place it in the bag, please. Just no. Yep. Okay. Yep. Just in the bag. Right. Well, I hope this lead-covered thing stays. I just need to keep it out of the rain.
It kind of floats around and bumps in the bag like an object floating in another balloon. It just kind of hits the sides and presses, but it doesn't make its way out. It's not strong enough for anything like that.
Now, DM, does Sino, does she see this creature in the distance with
You can see some silhouette through the night sky moving, and it's kind of like a divide. Like you're looking out over top of a ring of trees, and inside that ring of trees is the second field that he tills. Like a square, actually, I should say, not a ring. And then right at the entrance, you can kind of see a silhouette slide down. You can see some torchlight, but I mean, 2 acres is a good distance from here.
I believe that we should get a move on.
What? Why?
Well, I'm seeing movement, and did you not hear the screams?
No, I was too busy making this bag of mud.
I figured it was just the sandbox.
Well, if we're done with your new toy, Garda might be in danger.
Oh goodness. All right. And I just place it, tuck it up underneath, like my tunic, so that it doesn't get.
I'm assuming it's like in a
soaked.
bag and cinched shut, and it's
Yes.
leather. You should be good. So, are you all running down the stairs and making your way out? Does anyone have another way out?
Actually,
Are you climbing out the window?
Yes. Sino actually looks at the group. Well, you know that I prefer higher ground. And then she's going to actually try to get on top of the roof to try to jump across. Because she is from the Grove. So her climbing distance is pretty...
That's a long jump. So if you climb out, because you can climb as you move, and you climb onto the one of the fins of the windmill, you could jump to the trees if you want. I'll tell you what, if you're successful on athletics or acrobatics, your choice. I'll let you land with no damage. It definitely can cover the span, but that also means you're not touching the mud.
Okay.
So you know, an acre is roughly 200 feet across, just so you know. That's kind of what you're looking at.
Right. She's just trying to basically making sure that if they're going to be going the ground level, she has higher ground. So it's like we can cover like everything. And
What's your movement? What's your movement speed?
So it's 30 feet.
So if you move twice, it's 60. Yeah, it's 60. So I can say you can get out to the end of the windmill, like the blade going around, getting ready to jump. So give me your roll, and let's see if you land successfully or if you land in the mud.
Okay, that is a 14.
Are you happy with that?
You know what? I'm gonna use. Wait, we don't have luck, do we?
We have one luck. We have one luck.
No,
from
I
last
don't want.
session.
I can't do it. It's fine. I'm
sure?
gonna take it.
Okay.
Take it like a cleric.
Well, you jump off and you fall through the first couple sets of trees, and you finally hook onto something and grab, and you do not touch the mud.
Oh.
The wagon you brought has sunk. You were jumping. You can see it sunk up to the bottom of the wagon already. What about the other two? Elazon, Unthar, how do you intend to get there? You got to climb down this gigantic mill, or do you have another way around?
So I see Seno just peace out the window.
Yep.
And as a rogue, I cannot be outshined like that.
Do you have a climb speed? Because you're outshined then, my friend.
I don't have a climb speed.
Do you want to like slow fall down the side of the tower?
But is there a way that I can take my blade, my magic blade, and do like a whole stab it onto the wall and slide down the wall kind of thing?
The brick wall? The stone wall made of this magical
blade?
soil that has not changed in the rain? Look, I'll tell you what. I'll let you do it at disadvantage. Does that sound fair to you?
I think so. I think that's fair.
For a doom point to the soil pool, I'll let you have no disadvantage.
I can't start the episode like that again.
For those who people asked this last time, what is doom points? Doom points are points that you can spend as the GM to activate certain powers monsters have, or you can use them to do things like force disadvantage on a saving throw, or give yourself advantage on something. So in this case, the soil itself that's all around the place has its own doom pool that it gains. I reset it after last session, and so I'm giving him a chance. If he would like to give me doom, I'm 100% fine with that.
Do we need to go? Do we need to get down?
What is the actual skill check here?
I would say probably athletics. It wouldn't be acrobatics. You're not really balancing.
Okay, so with acrobatics with athletics at disadvantage, that's a 15.
That's good.
But I'm gonna use a luck point and make it a 16.
That is exactly what you need to get down. It's a 15 for the challenge to slide down. As you stick it in the mortar and you start sliding your way down, slowing the descent on this kind of trapezoid shape as you slide down to the bottom and hit. I would say it's probably both. Your move actions is pretty far to get down that.
Yeah.
Unthar, as you're yelling, do you need it? Do you need a way down?
I look at him and I go, keep up, old man. And I'll just slide down.
I mean, I have a thing for that.
Well then,
all right.
That takes us to Unthar. Unthar, what would you like to do? Whoops, wrong one.
By myself. I'll walk up to the windowsill, and I'll just step off. And as I start falling, I'll cast Featherfall on myself.
Nothing like cheating.
And I'll just continue walking as I'm going down.
Okay, I see you. As you continue down until you hit the ground, what is the fall speed on that? You cast it like the last couple. Will you have a move action left where you can start hustling towards?
The casting time is 1 reaction.
Perfect. So you just fall and react 10 foot, 20 foot from the ground. I'll give you a move action. I think that's fair.
I think it'd be hilarious if I'm like, keep up, old man, and I like do the thing, and you just fly past me like you're gonna die, like you just dive bomb out of the window. And I'm like, no,
Ian
not
flapping
like that.
in the wind.
I'm like, no,
So we're doing this, are we?
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Were you still up on top? Or had you gone?
She jumped. She's in the trees across, heading over.
All right.
Yeah.
Just me then.
So you got to move left. So you have to start running. So I have a question for Unthar. Unthar, you can either take the dry path and not worry about the mud, but it will add an extra round to get there. Or you can try to athletics it through the mud to the trees. As long as you don't fail, you don't have to worry about sinking, since you're the only one in that situation right now. The other one's climbing through the trees. The other one's still sliding down the towers. The dwarf beat him. Dwarfs aren't slow, everybody. Everyone who asks questions of dwarfs are slow. Proven, not slow. As you run forward, are you going to go mud or safe? Or spell? I mean, you can't really... I guess you could cast something if you had something, but...
I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, I have lots of things, nothing to help me there. Crap. So you said
either add a round to get there by taking the safe route, or make an athletics check and start running through the mud. I know, it's a dilemma to start the show.
I gotta do it. I'm gonna try.
All right, give me that roll.
This is +0. Everyone.
Natural sprinters.
12.
As you start running through the mud, you get 1 foot through, and you get 10 foot, and you get about 30 and you're near the tree line, and your first foot sticks, and you start to sink.
Oh, my boot.
Liaison, you can see that he is stuck in the mud as we go back to Gata.
Of a DM.
Yes.
I have a question about this map.
Ask away.
So on the map, there's a small fire.
Yes,
is that accurate to
it
what's
is actually
happening?
there. Yeah, there's a fire here,
Okay.
so he can rest. It's actually dried and stoned, so that the
Okay.
mud doesn't let it sink, and it's on little like stands so he can rest there.
Dope. I would like to run to the fire.
Okay. Easy.
And then I would like to eat the fire, please.
I'm sorry, what?
Using my super cool, super awesome spell, Fire Under the Tongue.
Why don't you
Would you
explain
like-
what that? Yeah, absolutely. Read what this does.
Okay, so I can ingest a non-magical fire up to the size of a small campfire within range. The fire is stored harmlessly in my mouth and dissipates without effect if it is not expelled before the spell ends. Once ingested, you can spit out the stored fire as an action. If you try to hit a particular target with the flames, you can treat it as a ranged attack with a range of 5 feet. So I would like to please eat the fire and wait to see if the Scarecrow Boy advances on me.
You know,
So I could dragon breath him.
I think the most important question, I'm going to take us back to, I think all 5 people need to be here for this. I'm going to take us back. Unthar, what's your passive perception?
Yeah. Something.
What's your passive? Is it good? Is it good?
And passive perception is a 12.
A 12. Through the forest, you can see a fire go out as a silhouette of Gata swallows fire from a campfire. Literally.
Seeing the flame go out, one single tear just rolls down my cheek.
I'm gonna put it back.
That's your move and your action.
Yep.
And then the Slather Farmer finished wiping his face like, oh no. Ma'am, we can't stay here. It's very dangerous to be here. When these things are moving, they are not friendly.
Can I talk with fire in my mouth?
Yeah, you swallow. You consume it and
Okay.
like you hold it in your lungs. You can use it at any point in time during 24 hours. It's ridiculous.
Is it rude to talk with fire in your mouth? And so I'll say, what will I say? I'll say, right, can I get a hand up, please? Yeah, I agree. Let's get out of here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you want to sit on the till, I'll just ride us back. They're not very fast.
I'll just like hop up.
Are you sure? You good? You settled? And he like
Yeah,
picks you up with you on the till and turns it around and sets it down. As he starts moving away at a slow pace, they do start to follow.
Okay.
But they only move it like 20 foot.
Okay.
As
I'll like let him follow.
yeah, as you make your way towards, I'm assuming he's going to go the way he came in. The group is running in, and that will take us to the rest of the group. We'll go in the same order. So, you were flying through the trees right now, climbing. Another 60, that will put you at 120. You're past half the acre with the jump, and you can see they are retreating from 2 large moving silhouettes. And you can see her riding on the front of the plow with the Slather Farmer, pushing it back towards the farm.
If that's the case, if I see them moving, am I near where that one structure that
I can take us
they
back
were
to the map
both
for
in
you.
before?
You're talking about...
It was like where he was doing his work.
Yep. You want this map. This is what you were looking for.
I think that Sano would basically try to use her sight to get over on top of that building to kind of make sure that basically her compatriot and this suspicious Slather Farmer are still heading back safely and that the creatures are not approaching. So she's going to kind of she's going to travel, but she's going to kind of hold her action and respond based on whether or not the creatures basically close distance.
They are making their way back. It is slow because they're going, like, you're going on a diagonal to cut the distance, they're kind of going on a square around, like on an angle. But those creatures are following and they're moving through the forest.
Okay, but they're not catching up with.
No, they're going to move quicker than them, but they will eventually make it to the mill.
Okay, so she's still going to hold her action for that time to basically do what she needs to do.
In between the trees and the mill is the one of the fields, and you slowly see Unthar sinking in the mud. Just so you're aware of what's going on.
Wait, do I see that?
Yes. You're like, oh, she's fine. You pan over, and he's like,
Unthar?
Yes.
Are you? Oh no. Elazon, you're a bit closer, dear. Can you handle that?
I mean, you are at the base of the... You are over here at the base out the window, which would be on this side.
Are we running initiative order right now?
We are out of initiative order at this pace. I'm just giving everybody an action at this point.
Dope. Can I go?
No.
I'm too far, right? I can't help. I can't help at all because I'm too far, right?
Is Elazon going to do anything to help him? He is 60 foot in. Or not, sorry, 30 foot in. 30 foot into the mud.
Elizon looks over there at him. I shank my sword out from the wall, and I kind of look at you, and I go, I said hurry, not dive in.
I've only been here a second. It's just go on.
You're like up to your shins.
I will take some rope out of my burglar's pack.
Okay.
And just kind of unravel it and give a bit of a lasso end to it.
Sure.
And try to lasso him out of the mud, or at least wrap it around.
All right. As you give him a way to get out, can I just get a attack roll to see if you can land it near them?
Yeah, sure.
Because I would love if this falls like, a dwarf length short.
Yeah. All right.
How long are Unthar's arms?
I mean,
unmagical. Oh, actually, really good. That's a 23 to hit.
You get it around him. 100% fine with that. It is around him. With it being around him, Uthar, what would you like to do as you were sinking?
Well, I have rope around me now.
Yep, I'll give you advantage on whatever action you're going to do to try to get out, short of like spell casting or something.
Is there do I have to get through more mud?
Are you going to go? It would be, if you're 30 foot in, you're cutting the corner, you probably have 60 foot to get to the tree line, or you can go 30 foot back to where Elazon is. Since you do see Gata rounding the corner. False alarm, everybody. False alarm. She's heading back.
So I'm looking around and slowly going in the here we go. And I'll just cast
just grab the rope, you fool.
It's around me, right?
Yeah, he landed it around you. He 100% got it around you. Very successfully.
Well, if I can use my object interaction to tie it, and then I will cast a floating disc.
And
then climb on it.
Well, as you put floating disc up and climb on, what does your floating disc look like?
Fire!
You sit on fire?
Ooh, nice.
So it's like
Uthar does not know what the word life choices means.
That blue. It's like that blue scorching flame, but it's got a solid base to it.
Sure.
And it kind of licks around the edge with the the orange flame.
Okay. So as you climb up onto it and get yourself out of the mud, audience, can I have someone in the audience roll me a D10? I'm personally looking for a 6 or higher. They want lower. This is to see something else going on in the background. Sino, you're in the trees waiting then? Is that what you're going to do as we go to Gata as she's rounding the corner?
Yep, she's going to kind of put herself in a position where she's able to, if she needs to, hop down to basically cut off this creature from attacking her friend, she's going to do so.
So you're in the tree line dividing the two fields in case they come through. They do, unless anyone's going to do anything really special, is you get Uthar, as the camera kind of pans back and you pull him out of the mud on his disc, he's floating across, and then Gata riding on the plow makes her way back around, sitting on it with the Slather farmer, and then after that, Sino is sitting in the trees. About, I would say, I don't know, less than a minute, these things have hit the tree line. And they're slowly pulling their way through. You can get a better look at them. They are humanoid, but one of them has an extra arm that sprouts out once in a while to help push brushes out of the way, as it's making its way towards the tree line. You can hear the sound of people saying, "Help! Don't let him kill us! Help! Don't let it kill us! It sounds like it's coming from the forest, but it's closer to where those two things are as they echo each other in this hollow voice saying things, calling for help.
What
would you like to do since you were the closest and everybody else will probably be back at the mill as Gata rides up on a plow? What would you like to do being in the tree line in between?
This is a question. I'm in the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Is this creature at least 60 feet, would you say?
If you want it to be, absolutely.
Okay. She's going to kind of close that distance.
Okay. Close the distance.
And she's going to simply say, like, she's going to still say, obviously, because she doesn't trust the soil.
I mean, fair.
I mean, as one. Her eyes seem to have this glow, where her gray eyes seem to, like, shimmer, almost like moonlight. And she simply says, "Flee now." She's casting command.
Can you read command for me here? I would like to know what it affects.
Yes, which she's hoping because you said humanoid.
It is humanoid, and it is crying for help in a human voice.
Yes. So you speak one word command to a creature you see within range.
Okay.
The target must succeed a wisdom save or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
Okay. Not harmful.
So I'm hoping, because also too, when she did do her detect evil and good, there was no undead in the area, so that's why I'm like, maybe it still applies, that maybe this will work.
One of them pauses, turns, and like looks around the place. And as it like starts walking towards one of the trees, it sinks into the mud and reappears 40 foot closer into the field. The other one that you cast it on stops in its tracks and turns and starts heading back towards the other field. So now you got one that you sent away, and the other one dives into the mud and comes out, and it comes out in the field right next to the rest of the group.
I do have a bonus action.
Would you like to do with your bonus action?
Yeah. I'm going to basically, in that moment, there is a glow that occurs on the moon crescent that's on her her headband, her headpiece, as well as the belt that she is wearing around her waist. And in that moment, she reaches out a finger, and in the form of a crescent moon, she is marking this creature that is now headed towards her team.
What does this do?
So this is one of her domain features. So this is the Mark of Triumph. So as a bonus action, you present your holy symbol and mystically mark one creature you see. Until the start of your next turn, any creature who attacks the marked creature has advantage on its first attack roll that they make.
All right, well, I will mark it with some moonlight here for you so everyone can see it on the map. As it shows up, nobody else can see it but you, correct?
Yes, so basically at the center of this creature's what would be its head, I'm assuming. Basically, there is that mark of a crescent
like
moon
a half
that glows and then fades away.
All right. The rest of you all gather back up. The Slather farmer comes over to the group and says, "I'm so sorry. It's very dangerous here sometimes. They don't bother me as much. I realize I'm faster. I just make my way back to the house. They're not good at manipulating objects." As he says that, the mud crawls. You see two hands, like if the field line is right next to the group. You see two muddy hands hit, and out of the mud, you hear, "Help! I'm stuck and drowning! Help me!"
Is it supposed to be doing that? That seems like maybe a thing that is not so good. What is
Oh,
this?
you know, I'll be honest with you. I ain't had nobody show up as fertilizer that was living, so this is new to me too.
Wait, the soil doesn't usually talk back.
They
This is
move.
new?
They usually don't make noise.
Oh, that's okay. Secondary follow-up question. How much longer until the next rain?
Again, I don't know. I mean, it just finished. It could be an hour, it could be 10 minutes, but usually it's at least an hour or two before it rains. I did have one where it just happened for like 4 hours straight. It was a hell of a day. I was up to my chest in mud.
Gotta will turn to the group and say, I mean, I know, like, I serve a specific function here in the group, but I feel weird about, like, hacking away at the souls of the damned. You know what I mean? Like, that just feels bad to me as a person.
Oh, I don't think these are souls of the damned at all. I believe they to be creatures of the soil. I think they are living creatures. I don't think they're dead.
Somehow that makes it kind of worse, actually. That's awful. Okay, group,
right.
What do we think we should do?
Well, let me, I'm gonna go in the house and see if I can't ravage up some food for it. And maybe it'll calm down. And he wanders back into the mill, leaving you guys outside with it.
Elizon will pull his sword and just kind of look, and it says, as long as it doesn't come for me, I won't go for it. I'll just keep an eye on it.
How close are you gonna get?
Oh, I'm not moving. I'm not budging.
Yeah, no.
So I have you all next to it. Also, for those who didn't see, I even changed this out to the tokens that were in our creator pack.
Yeah.
So they're the super pretty ones now. So it stays there. It does not come out onto the dry land. It stays in the mud.
And with the hands that come out, you said, because you specifically said just hands, do they look like scarecrow hands or do they look like human?
There is like
hands.
Wood and some like, debris from the mud in them, like rocks and stuff like that. But they are like 5 finger on one side and this one's like 3 fingers and a thumb on the other. Definitely not 100% humanoid. At a distance, it's good representation. Up close, it's like someone carved it out of mud. But not well.
So under hard scrutiny, Elizon will just kind of take a step back and just have his blade at the ready.
Okay.
Waiting for the slather farmer to come back with food.
Sino, I'm assuming you're going to make your way back towards the group, or you're going to keep watching the other field for now?
Oh, of course. She's ready for some action. So she's going to move closer. Now that she's marked her prey, she is ready.
So you're making your way back.
Prey.
I will put you on the field as well. You're coming out of the trees, which is on this side. To the group, then, my question is, how do you as a group want to handle this situation? This thing is not coming out. Slather Farmer said he's going to try to find it some food. Every once in a while, it'll ask for help. And then about a minute of this, it finally says, Unthar, help me.
Why does the mud guy know your name?
Know your name?
Unthar, are you in leagues with this creature?
Again, Unthar, we talked about
Is your magic's behind this?
What? Why are you all coming for me?
Sitting on your disc throne?
Of fire. I don't know why it knows my name. Is it a voice that I recognize?
It is not. It's very absent of any defining characteristic.
Well, I remember that time you had some type of fire creature that almost tore down an entire building. That tavern in the town over.
Fire doesn't sound like me.
Well, maybe Unthar, it said your name. You go talk to it. This is you go talk to it. You have a disc. None of us have a disc. You go use your disc and talk to it.
It doesn't move unless I get off it.
Yeah, he had to pull him there because he can't move if he's on it.
Okay, well, just stay on your disc for safety then, and I don't know, call out to it. I don't know.
What's your name?
Help me. Help. I'm drowning.
Hellbean drowning.
Help me.
Okay, who are you? What do you want? I'm taking over now. I'm sorry.
Doesn't respond with a name ever. And then from the forest, you hear it again. So you know as you're coming back. You know the other one went back, but your spell only lasts for so long.
Oh, fantastic.
I can burn it.
I'm stuck in the tree. Help me. Another voice from the forest line.
How do we get you out? What do you need our help?
Just keep saying the same thing.
You are speaking to this abomination as if it is a child or somebody in actual need.
Well, that's what I'm
actually
saying.
feed it as well.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad. You know, he's calling for help. I know it's probably a trap, but like, you know, the 1 time out of 10 when it's not a trap, maybe they actually need our help, you know? I don't know.
The last thing we need to do is start throwing food out for it. It'll just be back tomorrow for more.
Yeah, we really, I mean, is there like a rescue or a shelter we could like take them to? Like, maybe that feels responsible. Right?
These
They can give
things
them the
aren't
care we need.
raccoons. They are monstrous creatures. You saw what it is, right?
Abominations, quite frankly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, okay. I mean, should I hit it with my axe? I'll do that.
Well, the only reason I say at least we wait is at least we know what he feeds these things on the regular.
And he walks out of your stand. He's like, "Oh, I've never fed him. I have no idea."
What does he have in his arms? What does he have in his arms?
And he like grabs one of the sprouts and he goes, "Cabbage." And pulls out a cabbage.
God dang it!
What?
And he tosses it in, and it lands next to him. And the creature puts its hand on it and like pushes it into the mud. And it flickers and it grows like cabbage-like leaves on its face.
Oh, what the hell? I do not like
He
this.
goes, "Well, I don't think it eats it." Well, not my problem. And he goes, "I'm going to go back in until I have to till again." And he starts walking back up to the middle.
One question before you go.
Yes, what? And he comes over to the ledge.
Do these scarecrows serve any purpose to you?
Oh, yeah, of course. They keep the things from the other forest away.
What things?
What?
You just don't go to the other forest, all right? If you are going to go to Nawat, and then that's what you said you were here for since you didn't even bring me my fertilizer, you're going to head down the path, the direction you came from, keep going the same way you came in. Go all the way through the thicket, or the briar, depending on how you're talking, and you take it all the way into Nawat. It'll be right on Titan Canyon's edge. You can't miss it.
You said that you had the winged horses and it's not raining.
Yeah. Would you like winged horses? Do you know how to fly them?
Oh, I imagine we could figure it out if it takes us not through the briars.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you want, I could just get you regular horses. The winged horses are for people who know how to use them. The people from the town come here and get them from time to time. I tell you, fall off one of them horses, it is a bad day.
What do you think, team?
Try to keep my feet on the ground.
Well, I can get you regular horses if you like. You don't have to have no Pegasi.
Would they be dissolving in the rain horses or just like regular horses?
I mean, do you see any real horses around? I can only make things
I
out of
don't know.
mud.
Maybe you have like a barn or something. I don't know.
Oh, that barn over there is nothing but equipment and crafting materials for me to make the soil into things I need for the day.
Cool.
This is making my head hurt, quite frankly.
Yeah, I never heard him talk either. It's very weird.
Shall we dispatch of them for you, then?
No, I ain't worried about them. They'll go back to their stand or go somewhere else. I'll just go in the house.
What's Cabbage Bro doing?
He's still floating there, but it's not talking. It looks like a kid at the edge of a pool. Like it's just sitting there, head up to the ledge, hands on the ledge. It doesn't reach for anyone unless you get close. Usually, when you do move, its hand slides across the ground.
Is he in our way?
No, you can go out to the road and leave it be. It'll follow you along the field, though, but it will not walk on the dry road.
Okay, so we should probably hurry because we want the road to stay dry. Yes.
That is very true.
Yes.
So, okay, team, what do we think? Do we want muddy horses or do we just want to go?
Well, it's about from here to the city, probably about a good 7-hour walk. If you take horses, you'd be there in 3 or 4.
I vote for that one. That's just me personally.
Yes.
All right.
Land horses or air horses? How flammable are air horses?
I don't know. I don't light anything on fire. That's not really.
Oh,
how flammable are air horses?
I'm sorry about my friend.
Well, what do you mean? There's no wrong with them. You're just normal one of those city folks from Nawat. They ain't normal, and he obviously ain't either.
Okay. All right.
Liaison, what do you think? Do you think wingy horses or muddy horses?
Well, they're both mud horses. They're not real ones. Crap.
How
made from the
large
soil.
are they? How large? Will it carry just two?
It's a normal
per
horse.
person?
For Christ,
Two per
crying out
horse?
loud. And the
I
name of
hear
the
horses
roots.
mean
I have
horse.
not seen this horse before.
He walks to the barn, the one that's there. He opens the door. He goes in. He takes a bucket of slather and starts covering his arms and his hands, and like a clay sculptor. But he walks around it and just kind of pulls and extrude. It's almost like watching someone like make balloon animals at first. And he gets it together and he makes a full horse in like 15 minutes. Wow. Here, y'all. And he taps it and it brown spotted horse. Walks out of the barn, looks just like a horse. You make anything with the soil. Just don't eat it. Don't
What
eat
of the saddle and bridle?
Yeah, sure, I guess. And grabs another piece and he makes it and sets the saddle on it and puts the bridle on it. If you told me that to begin with, I could just build it with a horse.
And some carrying components like pouches and such.
Oh, we'll probably need like a pony for Untha here.
Look, how about I make two and you just ride together? Two to a horse, it'd probably be a lot easier.
Oh, well, I thought everyone was going to get a horse. And
I don't know. I thought I was in on custom horses.
Look it for a minute here. You didn't bring me fertilizer for my job, and now you're asking for 4 horses.
But you do it so well.
Where do you come from? The things are just given out for free.
Mr. Scyther Farmer, I apologize, but this is all new to us in terms
Horses
of how...
are new to you.
No, in terms of how you're creating them, not realizing that
That man has a floating disc of fire, and you're saying what I do is weird.
Not at all. Mostly unknown. I don't know what you are going to do or how you do it, so I appreciate you taking the time.
And he walks back in and he gets more out of a bucket. He makes one with a bridle and bags. And that's another 15 minutes, so we're 30 minutes in. And that one comes out. It's white with black spots. And he makes another bridle, set of bags, and he puts it over the other one. And he goes, "You don't like spots?"
No, it's okay, it's okay.
He licks his hand and wipes the spots off.
It's so dumb.
Anything else that you would like, Your Royal Highness?
Actually, can you create a crown
I was
fit for a
kidding
horse?
when I said that.
Oh, goodness me.
Well, that's something called sarcasm.
It's not Your Royal Hinniness, all right?
All right.
There's your
Okay,
bags. If it
yeah.
rains, this will all melt. Find cover if the rain starts, so you will be out of a horse.
Okay, I feel like at this point we have asked so much of you, and you have been so kind. We thank you so very much. But we should be going. Yes.
I said that a long time ago.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes it takes a few minutes for the team to get on the same page. It happens a lot. I'm used to it. It's okay. What do we think, team?
Elizon is already on the horse.
Yeah, I'll just get on the horse.
Well, I'm glad you got yourself some rides. Enjoy your time in Nawat. And he turns around and walks out of there and goes back in the mill. And all of you can hear the sound of footsteps going up the stairs.
Oh shit! Everybody, go away. Go ride fast. Let's go. Yeah.
Who is driving each horse? Who is riding each horse and who's together? Who's together?
I would say Sino is actually decent, I feel like, at handling horses. So I think that Sino would be definitely handling the
Elizon would absolutely like to ride passenger if possible.
Yeah, I'll say yeah, and then Untha, are you cool?
I mean, Gata,
riding Sino?
you're good with horses. It's in your background. So Gata's gonna drive one. He's gonna be the reins for one. Who's doing the other one?
I am.
All right, Sino. All right, cool. And everybody else is riding in the back. All right. With that said, I had them roll a die earlier, and this is going to be a very important roll for all of you.
Wow.
I'm going to move us to the map that we're going to be using as we go through. You pass a little bit of the Mirkwood that you go through, which is the fields. He's got about 7 fields that you've seen so far, and in this, once in a while, you do see lightning strike, but you do not see rain after the first hour. It is dark. It does not seem to light up. And after a little bit of time, people start to show up in the forest that you're riding through. And you start seeing normal people. They're dressed in like civilian clothes. They're out like picking berries in the trees. And you know that after 3 hours, you're definitely getting closer to civilization. But what I need is to make sure you guys all get there in under 5 hours. You wasted 15 minutes for the first horse, 15 minutes for the part, 15 minutes for the second horse. So 45 minutes are roughly gone.
That much time.
And they rolled a 5 for how many hours it's going to be until it rains again.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, who's rolling survival to get yourself to the city and not get lost for another hour?
I'll do it.
The only one person has
I
to.
don't know.
You can have someone age if you want. If anyone else is good at survival, you absolutely can stock up and get an aid, which will give you an advantage.
Is that cool with everybody? Is anybody like super?
No,
survival-y?
please.
Okay.
All right. Well, give me that survival roll. Let's see if we get lost and possibly get rained on.
Is a 16?
16's good.
Okay.
4.5 hour ride through this bright,
Woo!
this horribly ugly, murky forest is what you first go through, which I will put the same map back on the screen that we used earlier. This forest here is what you first go through with like the crops and all that kind of stuff as you're riding down trails, all that kind of thing. But then after that, it turns into this bright, purple leafed forest. It's not natural. It's not like anything you've seen before. And you have traveled other places and other realms within the labyrinth. In the distance, you do see the city. Are you stopping and doing anything before you hit Nawat? Or are you just riding straight through before the rain starts? I'd say you're probably about 2 miles out from the city. You can see it in the distance.
Is the purple forest the one that he told us to stay out of?
He didn't say a color.
Okay. I don't want to go in and I don't want to leave the road, but can I just like roll a perception check to see if I see like anything in the trees or like anything?
You can roll whatever you think is appropriate for that. If you want to do perception to see things, sure. If you want to roll a survival or a nature, if you want to like know about the region, you could do that. But I'll give you anything a check that any of you would like to do right now before you hit the city.
That's a dirty 22 for perception.
Dirty 22 for perception.
I would like to do a nature check.
All right, give me a nature. We'll combine all this together then. Give you a little bit of a group consensus on what you find out.
Can Fricks help me?
I mean, somebody out of the two of you has to be perceptive, so sure. Is Fricks perceptive?
I'm making a nature check. He's helping me.
Nature.
with
That's right. Nature.
He's helping me become one with nature.
Right. One with nature.
That's a 15.
15. The trees are very different. The leaves are almost like a deciduous pine, and what looks like is the actual color is actually growths on the needles themselves, like a mold or a fungus.
Gross.
And at night, they actually have a little bit of a luminescence to them as you ride through.
That was a 13. I'm sorry, a 12 on Elizon's perception.
Well, between you and Gata, only thing you see in the forest so far are some odd birds with extra heads. You also see what looks to be a campsite, but it's half melted underneath one of the trees. And then one person in the distance, but upon approaching, it's a statue. It's the only things in this forest that you see, but nothing really moving besides the birds. Statue is the object that is here. It's in the middle of a forest. There's nothing else here.
Okay. I vote that we keep moving and get to the city before our horses melt. But Cate, the player, would like everyone to know that I desperately want to go mess with that statue, but I'm not going to. So.
Well, that's up to y'all.
Elizon will just like kind of almost like in a board, because like I feel like we're like as we're going pretty quickly. You just hear him go bird as like one flies overhead.
And it caws, and it has a second call. It's like, and then you hear noise as it lands.
I was going, like, you can see Elizon taking his crossbow and, like, pointing up at it, and then it, like, does, like, the two-headed split thing, and it, like, crows and caws and, like, does a weird thing. And he's like,
Okay, so you don't shoot it. All right. So the horses ride through then. Are you stopping? Well, Gata said we should ride through. I'm going to ask the other horse. Sino, are you stopping to look at the statue?
Not at the statues, but I'm trying to look within the trees. I'm doing a nature check.
All right, you can give me a nature, sure.
I see you looking at these trees. You know, the funny thing about these is that the purple is actually some kind of growth, almost like a mold, that gives it some kind of bioluminescence at night.
Exactly.
You don't say.
I
And then
do.
she's just like, she kind of like turns, and then she's just like, sure. So you got a dirty 20 for her nature check.
It is definitely everything he said. The only thing that he missed that you pick up on it is the trees do seem to move slightly. Like you look, and then like a couple minutes later, they're like an inch closer to you.
I am with Gata. These trees are actually moving towards us. So yes, quicker. Let's pick up the pace.
You don't want to stop and look?
But the campsite, are we not going to stop to see if the people we're following went this way?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
I did not. I put it in the notes.
How much
If we
time?
must.
Oh, I guess we don't know how much time we have, right?
5
No,
hours.
We don't. It's how that. Here's the question. You said 4.5 hours. Is that just to get to the point we're at, or did we see the campsite along the way?
The campsite's here underneath the blue tree.
4.5 hours later.
Yep, 4.5 hours later. It's just outside the city limits. You're about 2 miles from the city. It's a good.
So
you put up
not
to a gallop,
metagaming.
you can get to the city pretty quickly.
Yeah, not metagaming. I'm just gonna roll a like intelligence check to see if I try to convince them to stop for a second.
I mean, it's up to you.
Super low int check on that one. That's a 3. So I'm gonna say, why don't we stop for just a moment and see if we can find something?
5 minutes. I will stand guard, but like seriously, 5 minutes, and then we have to go.
The trees are literally moving towards us.
it's
just so you
Yes, of course.
And
Okay.
I would actually, what I would like to do is I would like to have 1 foot on the road and 1 foot kind of in the forest.
This
with
is
the
all
idea-
a green moss soil you're walking through. You're kind of like
Okay.
cutting through. Off to the
Oh, I
left and
see.
right, it's mud, but this is like the one area where there's not mud. You're following kind of the moss trail through here.
Okay. Let's keep an eye though, because I don't want to get lost in the tree.
Well, while you're keeping an eye and you're walking, who's going to the campsite and who's going to go to the statue? Or are you staying on the horses? Are you not even getting off?
I'll hop off the horse and go towards the campsite. I don't know about the statue.
So you're going to go to the campsite under the tree. Okay.
Kate is dying to see this
Okay.
statue.
Done.
I just don't want it. I don't want our horses to melt because it's gonna
And
be
you
so
were riding
scary.
with with Sino, or were you
So
riding with Gata?
I say the horse women shall go to the statue.
Yeah. Horse girls, check out the statue.
Horse
Let's go.
girls.
No.
This isn't. This isn't a club.
It is now.
It is now.
So
Fair enough.
who were you riding with out of the two?
So I was riding with Sino, I believe,
Sino, okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then Unthar's the other. All right, so you jump off. Unthar, are you staying on the back, or are you jumping down and looking at something as well?
Yeah, it's a long way down, but I think I'll get down.
Okay. And where would you like to go? That will put you on the map. Statue or campsite?
I think I'll follow behind Elizon.
Done. And the two, the horse party. Where would you like to go? Statue. I know she can't. Gata can't help herself. She's too excited.
I feel like Sino would definitely follow Gata because of previous shenanigans with the group where this group loves to touch things.
They do.
And bad things happen. So I think Sino is trying to make sure that Gata is okay. and not going to get disintegrated or something.
Do you get down off the horses, or do you stay on your horses, ladies?
Oh, Cino's on the horse still.
All right.
Yeah,
Cino's on the horse.
Yeah, I think I like go up. Like I want to go look at it, but I'm not gonna like touch anything.
Not going to touch anything. You're just going to...
Yeah.
Okay. No touching. No touching. Just looking. All right. Well, who wants to start out of the two of you? The two parties? Where do you want to start? Campsite or the statue?
Campsite team, go.
Well, campsite?
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Campsite it is.
Since
Okay,
we hopped
campsite.
off.
No, it's totally fine. So, campsite, let's talk for a minute here. I would like to remind you that the campsite is half melted and that the tree is slightly moving. Sure enough, like when you bend down to look at something, you look back up, the tree is inched just ever so closer.
So the whole point of what I was trying to do is I want to see if I can kind of gather how many people were here and how long ago they might have been here, because we know it rained.
Yep.
So would that rain have been like, or would that rain have been enough to wash away half of like as it is right now, or possibly if I look above, would the foliage be enough to cut?
Give me a nature check.
Stop the rain.
Or survival, actually. Sorry, survival check.
Survival. Okay.
Yeah. Unthar, what are you doing while they're doing this?
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything solid, like not mud, maybe.
I mean, it is soft, but you're stepping on like a thick layer of purple moss.
Oh no, I meant left around the campsite.
Oh, solid pieces like digging through. Yeah, give me a perception check.
13 for survival.
13 for survival. Okay.
Ooh boy, 21.
21. All right, 21. 21, you do see something underneath of clothes and a backpack, like a pile of clothes, like someone changed and left them here, and they're not melted. You see the handle of something sticking out from the back of the backpack, like it's too tall to fit in it.
Ooh.
Liaison, you're guessing this is probably from the last rain, so they probably broke camp after rain. This stopped most of the rain being under the tree. As which way they went, there are no tracks. It's moss. At least none that you're able to pick up with any form of looking around.
Got it. Yeah, and there's definitely no telling how long ago they were here, kind of thing.
No, but I will say the perception you also notice in the air, there is a decent amount of pollen blowing around. At first, you're like, dandelions. It's not. It's pollen from the trees. And I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
I
Wonderful.
knew it.
Aren't you glad we stopped?
The trees.
17.
Oh.
Oh,
17?
no. Yes, 17 for Liaison.
Okay, that's good. All right. How about everybody else? How's everybody else doing over here?
Yeah.
You doing well? We're doing good.
So good.
So
I
good.
got a 10.
My Constitution is -1, and I got a 1. So
okay.
great.
no.
We're doing good over here.
Goose
We're
egg
great.
over there.
We're great.
Those are not the best, by the way.
No.
Those who fail, standing behind Liaison and Unthar, you see a man in robes, transparent. The save was a 14.
Oh, I got a dirty 6.
Well, you definitely don't see him because he's behind you. But that filthy 6, you promise you will see him. Who else sees him besides you? Who else failed?
Me.
All right. When you were looking at the statue to your left, sure enough, you see a a human-sized male. Behind him, blue, semi-transparent, and he is watching them go through the stuff. And he looks like he's talking, and you can kind of hear him. And Unthar, you hear a voice behind you. It sounds like it's Elven, maybe, or Elvish.
Unthar, did you find anything?
Yes. Do you hear that?
The trees?
The voices.
Unthar, I thought we spoke of this.
Oh, no, not those ones. I can hear a voice. Like, actually hear a voice.
And the other person who failed their save also hears him say that they can hear a voice. And you can hear them as well.
I'm gonna put up my magic sense.
Okay, so you're using your second one for the day.
Yep.
If we speak Elvish, can I understand?
Unless you fail to save, you don't see it or hear it. Save was a 14.
I failed.
Oh, you failed? Then yes.
I was
you hear
there.
it?
I was there.
In Elven, he says, no, don't touch that. That's so dangerous. Don't do it.
This is as Elizon is like picking stuff up and moving them because he doesn't hear Jack.
You don't want to touch that. Yep. Garda, do you see what I see?
Yeah. Yes, there is see-through man. Yeah.
See-through blue-ish fellow.
Yeah. I don't speak Elvish though, so I don't know what he's saying.
He was saying, do not touch that, and I think Elizon, you should not touch that.
Why does everybody hear voices but not me?
That is a question for another day. Right now, we must
should
figure
probably.
No,
Sorry,
no,
Sino,
just
I
leave
interrupted.
Leave it there. Oh, I hope you can hear me. Well, focus. And he takes a deep breath. And he's like, small individual with a great beard, please do not touch the object. And he's trying to make it so he can hear him, which he doesn't know that you all can hear him because no one's actually talked to him yet.
What is he saying?
He is saying, Utha, do not, well, he didn't say your name, but he's saying, please, small fellow, do not touch this thing. Hello, we come possibly in peace.
Do you say it in Elvish?
Yes.
He turns and looks at you.
After saying that to Utha.
When you say that,
Elizon goes, possibly, in Elvish back.
He disappears, reappears next to you, and the statue begins to move. Oh, thank you. Someone understands Elvish in this godforsaken realm. Don't let him touch anything that's on there.
Technically, there's two of us, but only I can actually hear you for some reason.
You speak Elvish. No one in this community speaks Elvish. I came here in a coffin, and now I'm dead and floating around.
It's a pretty common language, I feel. I'm
not here, it isn't.
Surprised.
They speak in
What's
some
he
other
babbling
tongue.
on about?
Oh, he's complaining about how apparently in the town no one speaks Elvish and can't hear him, and he's frustrated.
Yes. And the statue moves. Everyone can see that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was out of my form. I'm locked in this thing. I got petrified.
You got petrified? By what? By whom?
I don't know. I was traveling through, and it's like a armored piece. And now that you're looking at him, can I get a religion check from you?
Oh, will do.
Does my magic sense pick anything up?
The item underneath the bag is magical, and all of the pollen. So you got a nice glittery star show of shining lights, and then a large glow coming from the object under the backpack.
It's beautiful. Oh.
It's like the Aurora Borealis of pollen.
That was 18.
He is wearing a holy symbol. He must be some form of clergy. He seems pretty devoted. He's wearing a breastplate. He's carrying a mace. He has a helm on with an open face piece, all elven make. But he is right. It is petrified. His face is moving in the open section, but the statue itself only kind of moves, and it's only slow moving. He's I've been walking towards the town for weeks. It's so hard to move this thing.
GM, am I able to hear him now that he's in the statue form?
Can't hear him.
No, I just see the movement.
Can't hear him.
Okay.
With religion, if someone makes contact with him or they were to inhale this pollen, they'd probably see him.
Okay. If you are hoping to also hear this person's voice, ingest some of that pollen that's about the air.
Sino, ask your friend in Elvish, what do we do to not die? I would like that so much.
Yes. And I'm sorry. What was your name?
Alfonso.
Alfonso. I am Sino. This is Garda, Elezon, and Untha.
Oh, it's wonderful to meet them. Do they speak Elvish too?
We do have one other in the group, but apparently he cannot hear you.
He is an elf, and he slowly, you see the head turn as he's trying to move the stone.
But we do have a question. How do we not die?
What do you mean?
Or end up like this?
oh, I made camp. And he like looks to that. And he said he's been walking for weeks. And he looks to the camp.
For weeks.
You want me to
camp to
ingest the particulates?
If you want to listen in on the conversation, since you are the only other in our group that can also speak Elvish. It might be a relief to our weary friend here.
All right. He just kind of reaches up and gathers a bunch and
pull it. So when you go to touch the tree, its branch moves towards you.
Oh God! Oh, this is disconcerting.
And he's like, the trees aren't harmful. They protect people. Tell him he's fine.
These are clearly harmful.
They're not harmful, is what he says to Sino and the other ones that can hear him.
All right. Well, again, I will pose the question once more. How do we not die?
I don't know what happened. I woke up and I wasn't in my body anymore. I'd taken my armor off to rest, and I woke up this way. I slept under the tree to be out of the rain. I found that the soil, I have some in my bag, and you can make objects out of it.
So you ended up in this condition because you slept.
I slept
when it was
here.
raining.
Have you slept here yet?
No.
Don't sleep.
Yes, that is a very good warning. Very concerning as well. What, Alfonso, what brought you to this area, if I might ask? Originally, before you ended up like this.
I snuck in to find one of my friends. They came here saying that you don't die. They were very ill. I was unable to heal them, but I know how to now. So I came here and I snuck in a coffin. And when I got out, I was chased by a large man. He was very rude.
Slather Farmer? Yes.
I didn't get his name.
Very rude.
He was throwing stones at me. And a plow. He's very strong.
I am so sorry that you experienced just such rudeness. I also too agree that his demeanor.
I went to the city. I made it. Could not find my friend. They told me the last time they saw him, he was walking through the forest back towards the farmstead, which made no sense to me. But I had no leads. I followed. I slept here because it had been at least 20 hours since I'd rested. I wanted to meditate and I dozed off. Then I woke up out of my body. And it was stone. I got it up. It took me a long time. And I moved it to there, or here, but I was there. Did you ingest the pollen, or are you just watching? Okay, you can hear him now and see him.
Did you hear all of that?
I would say if he would like to, if he could have. Otherwise, it'd be fun to make you repeat.
If you go back in the video, I went. Just kind of breathed it in, like halfway through the speech.
Don't sleep. It's the only thing that I did that you haven't.
So Gada, he's saying do not sleep. He was here trying to find his friend, or his friend was ill, correct? And
correct.
He was trying to find this place where people don't die, and his friend was receiving treatment, yada yada yada.
Yes.
Rain,
Yes, he came here.
stone.
He came here to live. They say you don't die here.
Ask him what the name of his friend is.
What is the name of your friend?
The one that is...
The one who was ill.
Oh, the one that is sick. His name is Harper.
Harper. Does that ring a bell, Gada?
Not that I can think of, but also we really should probably be on our way. The rain will be coming soon.
Sure enough, there's another flash of lightning. Audience, can I get a D10 roll for how many minutes are left before it rains?
Oh, God.
And while they're rolling that, as the lightning strikes and the pollen glows. It's probably going to rain. You should get under a tree. You should be okay there. I don't know if the rain is harmful, but I did not drink the water, and I did not touch the water. The tree literally grew to the ground and made shelter.
The tree grew to the ground to create shelter.
Correct.
And all we have to do is ask the trees.
I didn't
shelter?
ask. It just did. A 9? You got 9 minutes. You lucky.
Oh,
Okay.
perhaps we should try to ask the trees for shelter for the time being.
Do you feel it? A rain coming on?
I most certainly do. It's a certain smell in the air.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely take up shelter here, but we will probably have to walk the rest of the way because the horses are going to melt unless we could put the horses in the trees.
9-minute timer.
We could try to put the
horses climb
horses
trees?
under the tree.
I mean, I can
Go
climb
ahead
trees.
and ask that question again, Untard, but say it louder for yourself.
I don't want to.
No, Undar, you are the important part of the
please.
group. Your contributions matter. Come on, Undar.
Can horses climb trees?
I mean, if it's
Can
the Witcher.
horses,
I think I like that question.
They're made of mud. Maybe they've got muddy hooves that stick
well,
to the.
maybe we can ask the trees. Unthar, if you ask
I
them
don't think they
politely,
speak.
they might be able to. Maybe.
Can we like reform it, like massage the?
Well, that is a
hooves
very good
into-
question. So you've already kindly given me 3 doom points to the soil by making him make our lovely mounts. So every time you use the soil, if you would like to reform it for a doom point, I would let you reform it if you'd like to attempt to.
How important are these horses?
GM, how far out do you think we are from the
Yes,
city?
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask.
2 miles. That's what I said earlier. And you could
We can
run.
always walk it.
A horse can make a 9-minute mile. Like, that's not going to be a problem.
I don't think it's going to be an issue. If we either leave now or, decide to stay here, even if we decide to stay here, we can just make it to the city after.
Yeah, maybe we take shelter with the horses and talk to our new friend. Well, you two can, and me and Undar will listen awkwardly and wait for you to deliver what he says secondhand.
It has
We can take
slowly
turns.
leaned closer to Sino and is like, what are they saying?
Oh, they're trying to figure out what's the best course of action, whether to take shelter with the horses here and talk with you further.
Well,
to
don't
know you a
leave
little
me
better.
here.
Well,
And
that
don't
was
touch
other
the
option.
stuff.
Don't touch the soil.
Don't touch anything of my belongings. Don't touch those. They're cursed.
What is wrong? What do you mean cursed?
Wait, someone said cursed?
He said
Wait,
cursed.
no, you said that in Elvis.
He
never
said
mind.
cursed. No, it's okay. It's okay. What he said
It
cursed.
sounds
He
very
said curse.
close to the common for curse.
Yeah, it's
Cursa, cursa.
It's one of those just like words.
There's a slight trill at the end.
yeah.
Look. There's only really one real question, and that has to go to Unthar. Unthar, he said cursed. How interested are you at picking this object up while this conversation's happening? As they discuss what to do at 9 minutes, if the horses can make it, should you make new things? As I have a timer here, you have 6 minutes and 12 seconds left to make a decision before the rain starts.
Oh, I want to touch the thing, but I was told not to touch the thing, which makes me want to touch it even more. Which thing am I not meant to touch?
Whatever the handle is out under the backpack, it's glowing.
But there's something underneath it, right?
No, that handle that pokes out from the backpack, that's the thing that's glowing.
Oh. Oh.
Isn't this the best, everybody?
So, does my magic sense tell me what school of magic it is?
Give me an arcane check, you can. Give me an arcane check.
Can Fricks help me?
I mean, I don't know, can he? Can he assist in that?
He reads all my books over my shoulder.
Yeah, he's the real person casting the spells, we know.
That is 16.
Okay, 16. Yes, it is transmutation.
Oh. So I look at the transmutation magic, I look at the stone man, I look back at the transmutation magic.
Are you grabbing it?
No, I'm leaving it.
You sure?
It's just the handle that's.
It's just the handle that's sticking out. It's like a backpack with a flap,
So-
and it's like in it, and it's a little too tall. It's like when
All
you
right,
bring a lightsaber to a convention, there's no way to pack that damn thing.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I got it. So come with me on a journey. So being a wizard and a scholar of like a long time studying like magic and magical items and
Sure,
things,
yeah.
would I have the sense to think that if I picked up the bag, I would be okay?
I mean, look, the bag isn't glowing.
Look, can I egg and spoon race the bag?
You could do that. I mean, you could just use your mace and like, if you're trying to like pick it up and dump it out, you could attempt to do that if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll flip the mace around so it's the handle. It's a backpack, right?
It's a backpack with like a flap on top.
Yeah, so I'll thread it through the handles and then flip it over.
So when you grab it and you flip it out and the handle hits, and as you like, kind of like unveiling like a present, as you undo it, the top of it is this head of something, but it's made of mud, like a sculpture on the end of a mace handle. And it's very elven looking, it's gaunt, the cheeks are sucked in, and the mouth is wide open. It has long hair carved into it, and it kind of wraps down the mace, and then it hits the ground. And it goes when it hits the ground. Yes. I told you, do not touch it. What are you doing?
I didn't touch it.
Sino is going to go a little bit closer
Okay.
to try to get a better look at it, because she has a ceremonial dagger on her person, so she's kind of now trying to see if it's something
Are
religious.
you gonna touch it?
Not gonna touch it, but I'm gonna look at the face.
It's
and
like
see if
in the
something-
dirt, face down on the head of the mace, the handle off of it. It's very ornate. It looks like it's elven craftsmanship, a non-really distinct side of the face that you can see, but you don't see any markings of religion.
No elven writing.
Nope,
runes,
no. Just the
anything?
stuff that he's wearing on his armor is elven. He worships the god of, what would his be? His is the god of nature.
I turn to the statue as I see all this and I say, "What is that? Where did you get that?"
I made it here.
You made it out of the mud.
Of course. Made
can
out of
make
mud, and I
magical items out of the mud.
Of course. Well, yeah, this place says you never die. You can make anything.
We should try to figure out shelter and discuss this once we're sheltered.
Yes.
Are you bringing everybody under the tree? Or are you going to
Gonna
try
do
to
this.
get to the city in 1 minute and 31 seconds?
Nope, we are doing shelter right here.
Yeah, I think like as like this has been happening since Gata doesn't speak
Any
Elvish,
elven,
like,
yeah.
like I think she's just been kind of like taking the horses and like kind of like tying them to a tree and like tying the other one under a tree and like
Sure.
just kind of like being like, okay, we're going to set up camp now for just a little bit, but no sleeping. Nobody sleeps.
Okay. All right, well then we will move everybody under the tree. And as everybody gathers themselves up, the spirit stays in the statue. And he's like, oh, I don't want to be in the rain, and this armor doesn't seem to be affected. I guess I'll stay here. And he stays in the statue as the tree, like a willow tree, all of the branches fold down until they touch the ground, and they actually like connect with the moss. And as that happens, you see the beginning of the rainfall. Just a little bit, not a lot. And then it picks up and starts raining harder, and you see it rolling in from the direction towards the canyon over top of the area you're in. And it does, it stops the rain from coming in. There's drips that come down on the edge on the inside of this canopy, but you are safe from the rain. So I'm gonna ask the group, are you camping here and taking a short rest to get some of your spells back? Because obviously there's some cool rules in TOV where as a short rest you can take back some of your prepared spells. That's for the wizard. Or you're going to take a long rest here and sleep.
If we're staying, I'll take a short rest. If
Okay.
If we're keeping out of the rain.
Sure. The tree will leave a little piece parted almost, so you can see the soul, and he's slowly been trying to turn the statue so he can look at the tree. But the pollen goes away, and you no longer can hear him. And you rest for an hour. The rains last about 45 minutes. They give way, and it stops, and it goes back to being just a semi-dark day. The tree lets go of the moss and starts bringing itself back up. During that time, you can use any of your short rest things or regain any of your short rest powers. Wizards get the ability to get spells back. If you want to use hit dice to heal, you can do that. But is there anything you do during that hour before continuing to the city?
I know I don't speak Elvish, but I'm going to assume that, like, you two have, like, conveyed what this guy told us.
Absolutely.
So, like,
Yes.
I think Gata
sure.
will, like, look at Sino and be like, should we maybe, like, I don't know, put him on the back of the horse? Like, it seems mean to leave him here. He's trying to get to the city. It's going to take him a very long time.
That's what I was trying to figure out as well. But are the horses able to carry such a load?
I was thinking maybe we could make, like, a cart or something. I mean, he said you could make anything. So maybe we could make, like, one of those little wheelie things.
Oh, yes, yes.
If you can make anything, including magical items, why don't we make a flying cart?
Okay, I like that energy that you're bringing, Unthar. I like that. That's better. That's better than mine. Yeah, we could do flying cart.
Oh, no, we're just riffing. I'm just bouncing off.
Oh, no, I mean, I think that's a great idea. We could do that. We could, I don't know what else. We could make an elephant. You should not let me keep suggesting things, because I will just keep going.
I have a sneaking...
Yeah, maybe, like, the elephant could, like, bounce. Like, you know, that would be cool.
You give them an hour, they take an elephant. So...
Hydraulic elephant?
I just want to put this out there. I do feel like every time we pull from this mud, we are using what seems to be some sort of necromancy in order to do so. And any time necromancy is used, there's something lost and something gained in terms of evil.
It comes at a cost, pretty much.
Yes.
I don't feel right about leaving this guy here. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems
I
like
understand, but if there's some way to physically move him versus having to use the soil.
Yeah, could we just, like, put some ropes on him? Oh, I have chains. We could just sort of drag him behind. I mean, that seems rude, but he's at least getting there.
I mean, between all of you could probably lift him into a wagon. I mean,
have a wagon?
If you make a wagon like you were talking.
Oh, wait. How heavy is
It's a stone statue of a human.
Maybe put it on your disc.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I could make another disc and then we could put him on it and it'll stay behind me.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Let's do that.
We
Excellent idea,
test the waters, see if it fits and see if he holds.
Okay.
Now, Untha, do you have... I know that you, in your book of magics and such, anything for petrification to get him out of such a
petrify
state?
people. Oh.
No, to get him out of the petrified state.
I do more things like inflicting than
Inflicting the
undoing.
petrification instead of undoing the petrification.
A swift blow from a mace
not
in my
petrification, but other
experience.
things.
Like catching things on fire. Like
Yes.
taverns. Yes. One of my favorite places that we will never be able to go back to. Anyway,
It'll live on in our memories.
You see Elizon just...
Just see fire flickering in my eyes.
anyways.
So as the trees go back up, you don't see the spirit anymore because the pollen is not here. He has vanished. But the statue is there and it has made its turn slowly. It's almost facing you entirely. But other than that, you don't see the spirit anymore because the pollen's not here. So my question to the group is, one, are you making something to bring him along or are you going to use the disc? Roughly a stone statue is about if let's say granite, just don't ask how I know. This is about 3 times the weight of a normal person. I sold a lot of stone in my life. So figure if he's 150 pounds, about 3 times that amount for a stone statue.
Well, don't take that knowledge for granted.
Do you have a disc that can carry that? Isn't it 500?
My disc can carry 500 pounds.
You could easily put him on it and float him
fantastic.
into this. I can't believe this is happening.
May I ride on the disc as well?
You might be hitting cap there.
Gotta look you up and down, probably.
Is that the game plan then? Are we putting a
was a
disc
joke.
out and we're going to
Yes.
load it?
I'm not riding your
Yes.
fire disc.
I'd say if you just want to take about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, I'm assuming you're using a ritual for the disc.
Yeah.
You can with everybody get this thing onto there. I can't believe we're bringing this.
Oh,
in.
Yes.
can I cast floating disc as a ritual?
I don't know how you have it. It might just be first level spell for you.
No, it's just a regular spell.
Then you
It's
cast it. How long does it
concentration.
last? Concentration. Okay, so you can't do anything with concentration while you're doing it.
Ooh, it
Well,
lasts an hour.
let me get us a statue model to take with us while we're doing this. And are you taking the horses?
Yes.
Yeah. Are they
Always, and we
still
save
there?
them.
Yeah, they're still there.
fine.
Are they just puddles of
Okay.
mud?
I know. Are
So-
they just puddle?
Totally fine. Nothing wrong with them at all.
Fantastic.
So
Let
go
me-
with me on a journey here.
All right.
Done. Statue.
The disc technically will always stay within 10 feet of me, no matter how much we move, as long as it doesn't get stuck behind something.
All right.
So we could run full pelt on the horses, and it would keep up with us.
I think that's a great idea.
Maybe can I tie it down just to keep it steady on the disc?
The disc?
I'm assuming you're standing it upright, not
Oh, the
laying it
statue.
down.
Well, whatever it is, I can tie it down with some rope, and that way, or chain, to
Well-
ensure that it doesn't go flying off the moment we take off at full sprint.
I think it's only fair that you tie it down, and we will not make a roll for how well it's tied until something could disturb it.
Okay. Fair.
And then we'll roll to see how bad it is, so you can't go, I tied this like crap, I am retying it. So
Oh, okay, I get you.
you tie it down, it looks snug, it doesn't move, just the disc does, you mount back up. As the horse party, as they've called themselves, are leading and riding towards the city, as you break this like bright luminescent forest, you come into a flat clearing with grass. You see no mud to left or right, but the road in front of you goes from being moss to dirt. And it's dry, but it's not completely dry. And it leads
Kind of like
up.
clay.
Yeah, and it leads up to what looks to be this city they're talking about on Titan's Canyon. And this is Nawat. Nawat is a bunch, like it's a kind of a peninsula that goes out into the canyon with these structures built everywhere. They're kind of odd looking. They're not normal structures. They don't look like humans or dwarves or elves have built these. They don't look like anything you've really seen. And there is a dense fog in the canyon right now. Out beyond is sunlight, which you have not seen. There's grass. The structures closer to you look like they're in disrepair, like they haven't been maintained. But the kind of built together palace castle area at the end of that peninsula is in good shape as the group goes riding in. Is there anything the group would like to do before you arrive in Nawat? And are you riding on the road or are you riding on the grass? This has to do with the 2d20 I had the audience roll earlier.
So I will, like, kind of, as we're riding in, I'll look over to the rest of the group and I'll kind of just be like, so I know I'm not, I haven't partnered with you for quite the same amount of time that you've partnered with each other. But I feel like going into this city without a solid plan might bring folly. Maybe if we are to think about where we want to go or what we are looking for, maybe that might help. Is there anything specific or any location that we might head to first?
Good question.
Gata looks at Sino. She's like, I'm here to hit stuff. You two are so much better at planning than I am.
The person who's here to hit stuff has hit 0 people.
That's only contested hitting things.
She's contemplated the action of pounding
bravely
somebody.
ran away. Okay, so
It's true. It's true.
Well, after absorbing hot fire, and it's
Yeah.
just
You still have that, by
Sure.
the way. That is
I
not
know.
gone.
still in your belly.
Yeah.
I've noticed your chest is glowing just a hair.
Well, first we can't. I don't know if we want to be dragging our new friend around. That definitely will draw attention if you are concerned, liaison, with us. Let's just say not being, being obvious with.
Yes, I think a statue upon a floating fiery disc while entering the city it would definitely stand out.
I think we have done him a kindness in getting him to the city. We can probably just sort of, put him by the gate and wish him well. I do not think we need to take him. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I think we have done enough.
I don't know. If we put some of our spare clothes on him, maybe we can weekend at Bernie's with him or something.
Who is this Bernie?
You remember Bernie a couple years ago? He was with us at the tavern when it. And then Gata looks really sad.
I figured it had something to do. Yes, I figured it had something to do with a nickname of someone you burned.
Ah, Bernie.
Truth. Are you dropping him off then?
I would think so. Yes.
I believe it's best.
So as you settle him back in and set him down on grass, dirt, next to one of the structures that are in disrepair, where do you put him?
Grass might be better since soil. I still don't trust the soil.
Yeah.
So because you did protect him, I'm willing to give everybody a luck point.
Yay!
And
Alfonso.
anyone who is close to him, a second roll that came was for him to be able to muster to manifest. So he manifests, you set him down. He goes, if you go into the city, please, I warn you that they are friendly to your face. But your peripheral, I promise you will see something worse. You must be careful, Nawat. They are not trustworthy people.
No worries, friend. I have my ways of seeing past mass, as we say.
Where's my stuff? Did you leave it by the tree?
I believe the last words you said were "do not touch."
And they were cursed.
Good.
We don't want
I'm
cursed
so-
items with our group.
This mace would not be quiet. I had no way to sleep. It screamed through my meditation at first. It took forever before I could sleep through it.
Very interesting.
That's
Well, maybe you
disturbing.
shouldn't have made it in the first place. You said you created it.
I lost my mace running from the farmer throwing stones at me. I needed something to fight with.
So you yelled, "Magical screaming face mace!"
I made it in the image of my friend. Yes.
Oh, that is morbid.
Why?
Now-
He was a
You said
valiant
you're-
warrior.
One that screams for no.
No, that
apparent
was not
reason.
supposed to happen. That was. Oh, just
Oh,
leave
I
me.
see- I
just
see
leave
what
me here.
happened.
Just leave me
Okay.
here.
It's very
Okay.
well. Thank you, Alfonso, for your help.
And if we happen upon anything that can get you out of this state, we'll bring it to you.
Right.
Yes. I will leave you to your work. I unfortunately, while I say that, I need a liaison to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yippee!
I'm gonna use my one luck to go from a 3 to a no. That's a 3.
There is a cold chill as you all turn your back on the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel fine, but all the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Mine specifically?
Yours specifically. Please check your Discord.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yep. With that said, riding into the city, you guys said you were going to make a plan. What is it you will be looking for as I begin to describe the city? What are you looking for?
I'll let you guys go since I'm...
That's easy. It's one word. It's one word, Dan. Yeah. Are you talking to randoms too? Like as you're making your way in, if you see people, are you stopping, or are you gonna wait till you're in the city? All right, that's what I wanted to know. Let me bring us back to full cast. Dan, I like that look on your face after I sent that to you. That was very wonderful. I had you on solo screen for it.
You did have me on solo screen.
I did it on purpose. So with that, as you ride in, you hit the cliff edge. It goes down this winding path about 20 foot, and there's a bridge in like the lower part of the canyon, not all the way down. When you look out down Titan's Canyon, there are colossal bone structures made like rib cages from something that has died here. The fog rests to where you can't see the bottom, but you can see them protruding out like fingertips. As you make your way across the bridge to the next little plateau area, to the next, until you make your way into Nawat. Nawat is a pretty walled-in city, very tight. I need the audience to roll me a D10 and a D6. I need to know what season the city is in, along with what it currently looks like. We have multiple maps for this, and I want to make sure the right thing. Everyone will be coming in on the south. I've already placed your characters there. I will bring your horses over as well, since why wouldn't you have horses in this game? You know, like why not? And there are tons of people wandering about this city, this castled, walled-in city. People do wave to you. Passive perception after being warned, you won't need disadvantage because you know. He's right. They aren't correct. Like, their heads turn a little too far when you walk by as they watch you move through. They definitely watch when you aren't looking, or at least when they think you aren't. And I mean from the families walking down the streets, to the kids, to the cats, to the birds. And they all turn and look at you in unison when you walk through, or ride through, I should say, on your horses. The center of this city is raised. All of the platforms are raised over water that is flowing below. I brought your horses in for you as well. I'll assume you're all moving as a group, so I'll just kind of keep you positioned. What exactly besides the inn? Are you staying together, or a bar? Are you staying together? Are you splitting up? What are we doing?
Elizon is definitely hanging out, like, in the back.
Okay. Are you walking the horses or riding them?
Now that I'm in town, I'm definitely just walking.
Okay. Everybody else?
I think Gata would stay on the horse.
Same.
Like, I think she's like, she likes having that height advantage.
What's
The
that?
horsewomen stay on the horse.
Sorry, Uthar. And I think Gata will look over at Tino and say, am I the only one who has a bad feeling about this?
No, I've been feeling it the moment that we met Slather Farmer.
So currently it is midsummer here. There are canoes and things on the water. There are people in them. It's fairly calm. In the center, as you get closer, you do see some form of a multi-headed beast-like creature that is a statue in the center of the plaza. To your right and down the stairs over here, you can hear people being pretty loud. To the left, you can hear the sound of smithing. And then the other ones seem to be like a inn. There seems to be housing as well, and it just expands out into regular residential within the walls. You see 0 guards or soldiers here.
Interesting.
And you're making your way, you said, towards whatever sounds like a bar or an inn. This is probably going to be the closest thing for you.
Yeah, I think we go into like the biggest gathering of people to like.
Yeah.
Well, I will
hear
place you
word of
here.
Everything.
Are you leaving the horses at the entrance, or are you bringing them all the way into the city?
No, they're going all the way into the inn.
All the way in. They get a house.
Come on.
I'll park them out to the side.
Fighting you? No.
Now move you over. When you enter this place,
One way to make an entrance.
there's tons of noise, music being played. As soon as the door opens, it goes dead silent. Everyone turns, looks at you as a group, and smiles.
Like in unison.
In unison.
Oh, that's so
Like
creepy.
no teeth smiles.
Can I get a perception check from everyone? No, they have teeth. Perception check from everybody.
No, but I mean
like
Oh, yes.
Pointy teeth?
No,
Yeah,
that's
type of
literally
teeth.
no teeth. They have no teeth.
Just all gums. Gummy
Second
smile.
one of them's like this.
Gummy smile.
I'd like
We
to
love
make a
it.
teeth check.
I just need, yeah, right. I need a perception check from everybody.
I got a 18.
21.
Also, an 18.
18, 18, 21 die here.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what else?
19.
19. What about your lovely little familiar?
What about him?
I need one for him.
Oh, sweetie.
Aw.
Hold on. There he is. He's eating something.
Okay. All right. He's crawled off to the nearest table and grabbed something. They do not look at him. They only stare at you.
I rolled a 3 for him.
They don't even notice. They just stare at you.
-1.
Oh, wow.
Anyone who got above a 16, the barkeep who's behind it, his head is turned slightly too far, and you catch him adjusting his body to be in the right direction to be looking at you. And he walks towards the end of the bar. Oh, welcome to Nawat. Is there anything that I could get you? Drink, food, room? What are you looking for? And everyone goes back, and the music starts, and everyone goes right back to their business. Like nothing. That moment did not happen.
I would love a glass of water if you don't mind. I am just so parched from traveling.
I sure
Oh,
can. He walks over. He sets a jug on the ground, or on the table in front of him, and he takes a spigot and he pours it in what looks like a copper tin mug, and he hands it to you.
Okay. I would like to try something very stupid.
I mean, it is the name of role playing.
I would like to. Actually, I'm just gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it for right now.
Okay, you're holding
it. I'm gonna do this in a minute.
You're holding it. Everybody else? Anyone
Eliza
else?
looks extremely nervous.
You should.
Like eyes kind of darting back and forth, and even like eyeing the exit.
Okay. The door does, shut. So when you come in, if you didn't shut the door, it is shut now. Someone shut the door.
Great. Great. Love that.
But what can I get the other three of you? Something to drink, something to eat. We have a delicate stuffed pepper right now. I would be happy to get for you. It's warm, served with a honey gravy.
Oh, actually, the water sounds wonderful. My throat is quite parched. We're a traveling band, and we're just traveling through towns to perform.
Hand you a tin cup with copper and water. Oh, we already have a band, but you're welcome to watch. Listen, enjoy.
Fantastic.
Elizon is looking for an instrument on him.
And Sino leans to Gata. We needed a cover story. I forgot to. We did not make one.
Yeah, that 2 mile ride in plus the ride on the bridges. When Elizon's like, we should probably have a plan and. Okay, just making sure. All right.
We did not create a cover story, so
No.
Sino did the best she could. She's not the best at coming up with lies.
We do have instruments. If you have forgotten yours, we'd be happy to procure some for you.
Oh, I have mine right here, and she's gonna pull out her. She actually has a flute.
She does have a flute. It's true.
So she does actually pull it out, and it's very unique. It's basically like a crystal flute. But it's almost because of the sheen to it. It almost has this like rainbow-ish like tint. So it's like a moon prism in a way. And so she kind of shows it off and then she puts it back into her bag to try to solidify this lie that she just randomly came up with on the spot.
Well, besides water, and he pours 2 more, would anyone like an ale, a wine, or something to drink? We have a amazing selection here that is shipped in from all over the labyrinth.
You have something fiery?
I do have something fiery, and he grabs another cask and sets it down. On top of it is a horned helm as he starts to pour a fire belly and hands it to you.
Have I seen this before?
You sure have. You sure have.
Elizon just yells out, "No! Just like, not to you, just like overall when he gets offered the drink. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Wine? I have wine. Would you like wine?
No, I'm not parched. Thank you
He's
very
our
much.
singer. He's protecting his vocal cords.
Yes.
I will get you some tea. And he starts wandering towards the other end of the bar to get hot water and things for you. You got a moment. Does anyone want to do anything? A beat where he's not next to you.
I just look towards everybody like blank stare.
Do we think that they are actual people? There's something weird going on here.
There's something extremely off about this
I don't
whole
like
place.
this. Did we all see the helm?
Everyone can see it. It's right in front of you. It's like it's almost like it's kind of fitted onto the top of this small cask of beer, but it's a full helm. It's got a slitted front on it. It's got 2 horns. It's a bluish steel, and then it has a engraving of the Valiant shield on it.
And
Oh.
Oh no.
who can? We should find a way to casually bring that up, but in a not weird
Open
way.
face on it.
What the ale?
Oh my god.
As it's like facing me, just like horror.
Hey, team, I don't know. This is maybe a silly thing, but I've been thinking about all of the things that I have observed. And we don't. You know how transmutation magic exists?
Yes.
We
Vaguely.
don't think that barrel of ale is our missing friend, do we? That's not. We're not like drinking him, right? Like that's not what we're going. When that's not maybe it's just a decoration.
That's not where I saw that going, I'll be honest.
No,
We took a hard left somewhere through that sentence.
But I'm saying it's got the thing
Do you
on
think
it.
they topped it with the helmet?
Maybe I
Like a
don't
decoration,
know.
not a cake.
I mean, are you touching it and grabbing it or doing anything? He's
No,
left
I'm
it
just-
out.
No,
I'm
no,
just,
no,
like,
He went to go
looking.
get tea for you.
I'm saying it's got the markings on it, and it looks like one that I have seen before.
It's got the visor. It's got the 2 horns that come up. It's got the V cut for the mouth. It's setting on it. It says Firebelly Beer or Firebelly Brew.
should we?
It's branded
take
on the
it
barrel.
Off of.
Maybe ask him where he
Yeah,
got
maybe.
it from?
Yeah, maybe just ask about it.
He
Maybe
comes
just
back
very
and he
casually.
has a really tall, wide-bottomed glass. He has tea in it, and he's like, "Here you go. This is tea for your voice. There is honey in
it's
there
fine.
as well."
It's fine.
Well, I mean, I've made it for you. She
No,
asked, said you were a singer.
I
made you-
don't have any gold. I
You have no
don't have
money?
anything to pay for
Well,
this. No.
nothing cost anything in this city. Enjoy yourself.
All right.
People come
Very
here
well.
to
That's very generous.
enjoy
of
the
you
rest
all.
of their existence.
I'm going to take that.
Is that you pouring it next
This
to
is
your
pouring
head?
it behind me.
Can I
It
get a
onto the
sleight of
ground.
hand to make it actually look good?
You absolutely can.
As you watch the liquid go behind your head.
Right.
Yes.
Spills
Yes!
on Uther.
Flash on the floor.
Okay.
That
I want
is-
to wait. Is
Hey,
Uthar
go ahead.
going to take? Wait, this is the thing that I'm wondering because I will assist with this. If Uthar's trying to take she's going to take her flute out to try to start playing, to try to match the tune, but like also to try to outdo the band in order to draw the attention to her while Uthar is with his small body going to try to take.
Are you trying to steal the helm?
Why is that important?
He's tiny little body.
Wait, hold
He's
on.
Well, because
tiny
well,
little
the
baby body.
six, like she's like 6'5".
Are you stealing
so-
the helm? Is that what's going on? Or are you asking him about the helm?
Undar said he was taking.
He said he was taking the
perfect.
helm, so she wants to
with
assist
you
because she
playing, I'll
sees
give
that
you
this is
assistance.
happening.
Ready,
So-
though? And this is very important. This is,
Let me,
face.
let,
I think
let
you've
me
got
get
your
an
classes confused here. I just want to point this out.
Let me get an image of this. So the cask is there
Correct.
with ale in it,
Correct.
and on top of it, like
It's
a
like
drink
stuffed
topper.
on it. Yeah. On the barrel.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the helm and put it on.
We'll see. I need a sleight of hand if you're doing it without him noticing. If you're doing it and you don't care, you can tug it off.
Oh, I don't care. It's
Oh,
my
okay,
beer.
you don't care. Oh, I'm sorry. My misunderstanding.
Can I not distract while this is happening?
There's no, I mean, you could give me a deception of some form if you like. Give me a roll. But, I mean, he just doesn't care.
I was going to do performance because I wanted to.
I mean, you can perform. I'll tell you, and people will listen to you. I don't think the barkeep's going to, but you can give me a performance roll. Go right ahead.
But by the way, GM, 24
Oh my
on that sleight of
God.
hand to do the little.
Oh, it is
behind the
perfect.
back
It
thing.
pours down. You somehow get it in somebody else's
I
glass
catch
on
it
a
in my
table.
boot. I catch it in my boot, so
Catch
it
it-
doesn't spill.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
DM. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
With a 24 on the sleight of hand,
For him to pour the water, yes.
does some of the water fall on the floor? And if it does, what happens to the feet of the people that it connects
That's a
with?
good question.
Do we notice anything?
Were you attempting to hit them with the water? Otherwise,
was
you're
more
like
just
at the
attempting
bar, they're
that.
all at tables, and he said he put
Okay.
it in his boot.
I don't think we would have seen it with a 24.
That's a good.
Okay,
He
okay.
drank it, as far as anyone is concerned.
Okay.
It was
I gave
perfect.
him.
It was Penn
yes,
and Teller level perfection.
It's quite soothing tea. Just
Sina, what
again,
did you
kind
get
of
for your
looking
performance?
around.
I got a 19.
People are listening to you, and the ones that do, all their heads turn and watch, and a few of them clap, and that really weird smile, and they realize they're supposed to show teeth, and they show teeth, and they smile, and staring at you.
I'm like trying. I think she's doing this
One of
weird,
the kids
like, kind
gets
of
up
jig
and
to
starts
try to
walking over to you. As that happens, he grabs a helmet and he's like, "Oh no! Don't do that. That's an indicator. You can't just take. What are you doing?" As you like grab it, when you pick it up, the first thing I'll tell you, it smells like them. Like, you know, how you get someone's clothes, like armor, you wear it a lot, you don't wash it. It smells like that person.
Yeah.
It smells like the fifth. But, I mean, you can try it on, I guess. A bit. He stares at you.
I apologize for my friend.
Why
Where
do you have to keep apologizing for me?
Well, we are new to this part of town, and you know we do not know the ways yet. But where did you get such a fine thing, Mr.
the helmet.
Bartender?
Someone found it between here and the farm. But don't worry. I mean, it's just an ornament. We use it to mark our favorite beer.
Can I roll an insight check?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to as well.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's a 19.
I need percentiles from the audience, please. 1d 100, please.
Frank House, can you check your Discord real quick?
Yup. There isn't one.
Great.
That's a very astute question, by the way. You look over. And outside, as all of you make these rolls, what did you get? What do we got for people trying to see if this guy's
Oh, I got a 19.
A 19.
Oh.
Something is off. He definitely seems to be trying to keep you at the bar with conversation and everything else. He's definitely stalling as the rain starts outside again. When the rain begins, the door opens and more people come in and it gets crowded. The bar fills up like it would any other bar as the rain begins. And I mean like standing room only. Yes, Liaison, you seem nervous.
Can I put my foot in the door?
You are not near the door. If you would like to make it to
I
the
would
door,
like to do the shimmy.
I need an athletics check to get through the crowd that is coming in.
No. Okay.
It is very
Is it like-
important.
It's like when you turn up late for the movie and you're like, oh, excuse me.
Yes.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yes.
Pardon me.
12.
That is unfortunately not going to be enough. At 53 more people pile into this.
Oh my
small
gosh.
Oh my goodness.
No.
And as they walk by you, like, oh, excuse me, and they smile. When they get by you, their heads turn a little bit more, and their face is just straight.
Oh.
Out of the peripheral, you can see them watch. As it is so crowded, they are all just around you at the bar now. And the one who's wearing the helmet a man walks up next to Unthar and goes, "Where did you get that helmet?" As he grabs it with his hand over your head and starts pulling the helmet off.
I grab on.
I put my axe to his arm.
When you do, it is a large human, chiseled, to a point to where it is unnatural. Like that kid in art school who drew muscles on muscles, it is that level of unnatural.
I don't like you calling me out like that.
And super nice, sweet as can be, God is going to say, "Oh, do be careful, friend. My friend here, he does not like to be touched. So maybe you should move your hand, so you do not suffer injury or death. You know, just being careful."
Wow. Can I get an intimidation roll for you? I think that is only is pertinent.
Okay.
Elizon is definitely trying to hide away and sneak, like use that crowd.
You
as
can
like a
hide
duck down.
besides anyone who's around you is going to know you're there, but you can definitely dip
sure.
away from certain people if you would like.
Yeah.
Like the big guy. If you're trying to hide from him in case you need to, you can absolutely do that. As he holds on. If you hang on, he picks you up with it.
I grab the horse. Yeah, I go with it.
And he turns you around. He is human. His face, though, is not completed. It's like the eye socket is missing, like the lid. Now that you're close, it's almost geometric. Like it's not complete. And part of it is dripped on the side. The beard is finished on this side, but this side's melted.
Okay.
As he's holding you in the air. Let go of the helm.
I got a 18 on my intimidation check.
He does not budge. The rest of the crowd backs away from you, though, giving you space. Elizon, there is probably between you and the back of that man about 10 foot, so you know, because the crowd backs away. And I'm assuming you kind of fall with it.
I go with the back. Yeah, go with the crowd.
The door is shut. Elizon, you asked this question earlier, and I would like to point out that there is a very tall man with arms that are too long who is wiping away the frame of the door.
Yep, hate that. Okay, yep.
Another one is pulling the windowsills and closing the windows, literally making them not exist by pulling the windowsills together.
I'm gonna look to, can I see Sino from where I am?
Yeah, I mean, you're finally as tall as her.
Okay. Well, he's holding me, so I didn't know if
he's pulled you off the ground. This guy's
Okay.
like 6'6", 6'7". He's a big dude.
So I'm gonna turn to Sino and say, "Another weekend at Bernie's?"
Yes! Sorry, that was such a good line.
Here we go again.
And with that, we will end our show for tonight. As the beginning of a spell is being cast, I will say, if you blow the ceiling off this thing, it is raining outside. And you are outnumbered right now. There are over 60 people in the bar with the old patrons and the new patrons that showed up. Thank you so much for joining us for the second episode of Sinking Feeling. It's not quite what everyone thought it was, but it is definitely sinking in that they aren't safe.
Yeah,
If you are interested in backing our Kickstarter, please go check it out. We hit our 1 million mark today. A GM screen, thick, like book cover GM screen, landscape style is now included with every one of those orders that are $99 and above. If you don't know, that $99 order is worth over $250. We want as many people playing Tales of the Valiant as possible, and we'll be back next Wednesday with episode 3. Thank you so much to my cast. I'm going to put this in chat for everybody. Wonderful yet again. Does anyone have any really important announcements before we close out for tonight? No big things, no big anything. All right, well, I'll let these play, and I will go to our little Valiant minute, and I'll cut us over for a solo cam. Wave bye, cast, as I talk about the badness. Oh, did I say solo? I lied. I meant me and Dan.
Oh, no!
So Dan, as this crowd backs in, you hear whispers in your ear. At first you think it is the crowd, it is not. You hear Alfonso, "I can help you. I can help you with any of this. Just give me control."
Alfonso,
Yes.
you found yourself a new home.
Oh, well, then I am happy to be of service. Once per long rest, you can take an extra action.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
It is him performing the action, and we will see you all next week. Hey everybody, thank you so much. If you are watching this on YouTube after we've done our live stream, hey, don't worry, comment. Tell us what your favorite moment is. If you want to know more about the characters, let us know. We'll maybe record something before the show for you. Down below is where the comments are. But if you're watching this, over on this side, there's going to be other things to watch. If you're watching episode 2, I'm assuming you watched episode 1, so who knows what it'll be. On this side is a bell. We're trying to hit 10,000 before the end of the year. We got something special in store that I want to do. And if for some reason you have questions about any of this that's going on, please check out our Discord. There are wonderful people there talking Tales of the Valiant all the time. We'll see you next Wednesday. And don't forget, 48 hours and the Kickstarter is done. Thank you so much. See you next one. Be bold.